So, let me get that. Today, what we're going to learn is the difference between distance and displacement in real life situations. So remember, distance is the total amount that we've traveled. It's when we do our Garmin or our step meter. So I've taken 10,000 steps. It doesn't care if I've gone north 10,000 steps and gone to Canada, or if I went south to Mexico, or east to Missouri or Colorado. It doesn't care about that. What we're concerned about is just the total amount you did. Now, I don't think I want to drive and go to Canada tonight. I may travel 50 miles, but I don't want to go 50 miles north or 100 miles north or 200 miles north to Omaha. Okay? I might travel 200 miles a day, but that means I'm going to Kansas City or Emporia, but I want to go back home and go sleep in my bed. So therefore, my total distance may be 200, but where do I go within those 200 miles? It may be to Wichita or Emporia, but like I said, I'm pretty accustomed to sleeping in my own bed for the last, it's about 8 years old. So I want to enjoy it. Okay. So, total distance was how much you travel. For the example, I'm going to go ahead and switch screen. And this is week 11, day 1. Okay. So I'm going to start on number 2 because number 1 is a little tricky. So number 2, Nicole parks her car at Target and walks 150 feet north and to go to the store. On her way back, she walks 50 feet before passing when she sees a sign for discounted coffee at Starbucks. Find her distance and her displacement. Okay. So I already drew a picture, and she is at her car. It's a beautiful car, isn't it? And my expectation is you guys will do pictures. But if you see my beautiful representation of Target, the parking lot, and the car. So Nicole travels 150 feet north. And then she turns around and she says, oh, there's Starbucks, yay. And she goes south, 50 feet south. So her total distance is 200 feet. That's what my step counter would say. That's what my odometer would say. And that gets important when we are buying a car. We don't want to have to we don't want to have to put too many miles on our car, or it's illegal to sell a car that has more miles than it really does, because it's false advertising. Now, the displacement is a little trickier. Okay, remember when we have, I'm going to make a new screen. And I'm going to come back and forth. Okay, we have north, south, east, and west. And if you guys can give me a second, I'm going to make this a blue. 2 shades of blue. Okay, so this is north because when we're looking at a paper, the north always is up. eat. This would be east. And this would be west. And this would be, excuse me, goodness gracious, southwest. What's helped me, and you guys as students have helped me get a cool acronym, because I always forget, and I had to use this just recently driving. Never eat soggy worms. Okay, never eat soggy worms. North, east, south, west, in a clockwise direction. I should go the opposite so that it's recording. Okay, all right. So, just a second. So the cool thing about the north and the south is that it's on the same axes. So I'm going to go back. This is on the y-axis and this is on the x-axis when we just look at a graph. And so I can kind of move side to side or up and down. It's a lot of math to do, go up and then to the side. It can happen. I can gladly show it to you, but we will do that at another way. Okay? All right? So we're going to do an example of the one, of another one like that, where we have the two different axes. But we're lucky that this is on the same axis. Now, we're going up to the north, and then we're going to come back to the south. And what that means is that we have to add, subtract, multiply, or divide. Well, we're not doing any grouping, so we won't multiply or divide. And if you notice the arrows, they're going opposite directions. So we're actually going to subtract. So we take 150 minus 50, which equals 100. Well, how is this significant? How is this different than our total displacement? Excuse me, our total distance. Well, we've got to show how it's different. So it will be 100 feet, but we're still heading more north than we are south. So remember, with displacement, you have to have direction. Okay? On both of these, you'll have the answer and the unit, but you also have to have direction. Okay? Alrighty.